It's a UV sanitation station, and then you can put your phone in there and sterilize it after your kids get their sticky hands all over it. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. I am sitting in the brand new redesigned 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe. This one is a limited all-wheel drive with a 2.5 liter engine, and it is awesome. I know that there's some conversations going on about the looks, so let me know what you guys think down below, but I actually kind of like it. It gives me that Range Rover vibe from like 2005, you know, that boxy type shape. And with that adds another 2 inches for the wheelbase and another little bit of inches for the headroom, and you can fit a good bit of people in the back. Hyundai says this is an especially capable SUV, so we're gonna find out today if that is true. And when they say capable, we're not talking about off-roading. If you want something like that, look for the XRT trim, but this is capable in the sense that it will get you where you're going very comfortably, safely, and when you see what the third row can actually do, you'll be actually impressed why they decided to add that third row to this. It's very practical, trust me. So the limited trim starts around $43,000. So I'm going to show you kind of what you get for your money's worth. You can get this in front wheel drive or all wheel drive, and it comes with an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. So it shifts like butter. And one of the features that you won't guess that this car has is a UV sanitation station. So for you with germy kids and germy phones, Hyundai's got you covered. Pretty soon, Hyundai's gonna release this with the hybrid engine. So for now, we're just gonna talk about the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. That engine is turbocharged. It makes 277 horsepower and 311 foot-pounds of torque. Gas mileage, 25 city, 28 highway, pretty reasonable numbers for this size of an SUV. And believe it or not, this thing will tow 4,500 pounds. So jet skis, scuba gear, whatever you got back there, this thing can move it. You know, if you are into gardening, it'll do that. So for those of you who like the Ford Flex, I think it'll give you Ford Flex vibes. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. For me personally, I like the Ford Flex and I like the looks of the Santa Fe. So now that we have all that out of the way, we are gonna start with the third row because that's the most important thing. That's the reason why you might be considering the Hyundai Santa Fe. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the third row, show you some trunk space, and then we'll talk more about features, specs, all those things, and get right into it. And we won't dive into the looks too much. I will show you some of the cool features on the outside while I walk to the back though. How about that? Here we are on the outside. You guys will see some more cinematic shots of this car. But a couple key features to point out. You're gonna see these H's repeated all around the Santa Fe. I love what they've done with this front end. I think this is a hit. Personally, I am a big fan of boxy SUVs and I love when they go for that futuristic appeal. However, they don't push this too far to the point of the Cybertruck where you're looking at something crazy. So again, you've got these H's. This is actually a full illuminated light bar that goes right across this for a nice daytime running light. You'll notice that you got a front camera up there, and I'll show you guys what that looks like inside once we hop in and talk about the cameras. This comes with very nice wheels. These are gonna be 20-inch wheels, so you get a nice little ride height right there. Got your little Santa Fe badging, power folding mirrors, so whenever you lock the car, give this a lock right there, you'll notice that that'll fold. And if you're wondering what color this is the beautiful Hampton Gray for you sophisticated types. This is the back end of the Santa Fe. If you're wondering, if you've never seen it, then surprise, surprise. This is kind of the controversial topic. Do you like it? Do you love it? Let me know. I am neutral to it. Check out the Santa Fe logo in the back, which it's just words, not really much of a logo. You're gonna see that it's got this H-Track badge right here, which is Hyundai's all-wheel drive system. On the back end, you will see the theme continued with those H lights. Let me go ahead and unlock that. You can see that right there. So bam, bam, you're able to kind of continue that theme. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now. You do get a power rear hatch. And because of this redesign, look at this entry space. You're able to fit a lot in here through this opening. And this is the cargo space with the third row up. It doesn't look like much right now, but compared to a lot of third rows in this class, this is actually spot on with the rest of the market. Many of you that have third rows will know exactly what I'm talking about with the third row up. It's not about cargo capacity anymore. However, with this, I'm gonna drop the seats, give this a pull. Ugh. Sorry, it's hard to do with one hand. Give that a pull and your seats will fold flat. Unfortunately, the third row doesn't have power seats, but I actually think that's a good thing. If you're someone who's constantly doing this up and down motion, it makes it nice and easy, very fast. So throw the kids' soccer ball, ski gear in here, and then you just fold these up when you're done and then throw the kids back in there. So Let me go ahead and pop these down. Again, just a quick pull. And they're down. We'll do this side as well. And you guys can see all the space that you get in the Santa Fe. So if I say Santa Cruz at any point through this, I apologize. I just do a lot of car reviews and sometimes I misspeak. If you've got a good eye, you'll notice that there's going to be a house outlet for toast on the go. And then you do have power folding second row, so you can do those from here. Unfortunately, you can't raise them back up, so you would have to still go up front and put the seats up. So something to keep in mind. And they're very easy to use. And you push that right, it would fall. Push that left, push the left, it would fall. However, because the seats are pushed forward a little bit, the headrests are hitting. Just something to keep in mind. It kind of makes it slightly a little bit of an inconvenience there. Just something to keep in mind though, not a big deal. And then under this, you're gonna have a little bit of extra cargo space. You will also notice these seats have a little bit of a recline on them. So they're going tilted full all the way back. And then once you're all done to close everything up, just look up here, give that a push, and just like that, your Santa Fe will do the rest. I like what it's got going on with the floating roof line right here. That's a good touch. Cool design overall. I've been tired of the round, curvy, circular looking SUVs, so it's nice compared to something like the Tucson's to get a little bit of variety in the Hyundai lineup. Something I want to mention while I'm here, because this has the easy entrance exit, the seat slides all the way back and then it'll actually slide forward once the car is on, so it makes it nice for the driver to get in and out. Love that feature. But let's talk about the second row. With this seat as far back as it'll go, you'll see that there is just enough room for me to get my little legs in. I am 5'9", sitting comfortably. Well, maybe not comfortably. I'm 5'9", sitting. Oh look, you guys will notice more H's. And then if you look down here, more H's. Hyundai really likes their H's. Fun feature back here too. Push this, slide this up. Your kids can access the rear console. I don't know what they would need to get out of there. Fruit juices or something like that, Capri Suns, sure. And then you got a little storage space, right back in here, little drawer. I always think this is a pop-out cubby. And you'll notice that there are no climate controls back here. So the third row and the second row do not have their own climate. So it's just dual zone right here. That's all you get. On the back of these seats, you will notice that you have charge ports right there and a place for maps. Look at that. That's a lot of map storage. That's enough maps to get you from here to Canada. I think that's far. I don't know. Not a geography person. More H's on the seats. These are the nice leatherette interior. I don't know if I was a parent, I'd get this in white. If you are that type of parent that's a little bit nuts, you could do that. You get a little bit of privacy with these little hater blockers, as I call them. Keeps your kids from getting a tan that maybe you don't want them to. Peek to the first row. Very nice place to be. Sunroof, moonroof. And you do get a little shade on them, so that keeps your kids from also getting tan. But if you're back there and you're a little claustrophobic like me, you're gonna wanna have that moonroof open. All right, so if you're wondering how much more space you can get, with this seat forward, you can get a lot, but if you don't want to do that and you've got shorter kids in the third row, all you do is reach down, slide back, and now you've got this fully reclined all the way back as far as it can go, and now you can see the difference in space that you get. I'm going to hop out, and the reason is because I want to show you guys something. I want to show you how easy it is to get to the third row, and then you guys can let me know what you think about the ability to get in and out. So push this button right there. This will slide forward, and there is another button right down there if you wanted to use, but you slide that all the way forward, and because there is a console right there, that cutout actually fits perfectly, and that's as far as it'll go. But with that forward, you're able to now access the third row. I'll do that real quick. Earlier I moved this one forward, but I kept this one all the way so that you guys could see if I kept that with my feet and knees up against the back of that chair. This is how much room I'd have in the third row. Good bit of space, I would say, at least. Magic School Bus. Da da da. I don't know if that's how the Magic School Bus song goes, but that's what the kids would be singing back here, having a good time, enjoying the ride. And anyways, what am I talking about? Up here, you're gonna have this little cutout for your head. So Hyundai's thought that through, made sure you got plenty of headroom for the taller folks that you stick back here. Who would I stick back here? Probably my little brother. I don't like him. Over here, that's the outlet from earlier. I'll put that cover back on to be safe because children will stick their finger in that. Then you got your charge port right there. You'll notice that back here, you only get fan controls, but it's nice that the fans are right here. So again, for those that are claustrophobic. But look at this big window that you get. You got your cup holders, and that's about it. Nice place to be, I'd say. Getting through this is not easy. I'm gonna do it though. Oh, sorry about the noises, guys. Oh. Here's one more look at the plush white interior, and we'll head into the first row. And before I do, you're gonna have keyless entry, so you can just lock from there, unlock from here. I did it too fast. Unlock from here. This one is low on fuel right now, but this is your key. It looks like something from Star Trek. But this key right here, it's got your lock, your unlock, remote start, so you do have that. This is the trunk release, and then forward and backward for when you're parked. So let's say you're parked in a tight spot, you can just remote start the car and then hold this, it'll move forward and move backward. Unfortunately, this one is low on gas right now, so I can't show you fully, but I've got a little preview here moving just a little bit. Now let's talk about your door card. You're gonna have your window controls, your door locks, those type of things. You do got memory seats right there. His and hers, hers and hers, his and his. It doesn't really matter. Everybody's got a seat. Your Bose sound system right there. More of these H logos. A little birdie told me that these little 4 dots mean H in Morse code. I don't know if that's true. All right, let's go ahead and start this up. Moving over to this side, you've got this compartment right here. And you're like, LJ, what is that? I'll tell you, it's a UV sanitation station. So you push this little button right there, and that'll turn on your UV lights. And then you can put your phone in there and sterilize it after your kids get their sticky hands all over it. I don't know if it'll clean necessarily like that, but it's nice to have a UV sanitation station. If you're one of the germaphobes, check in, let me know. Over on the left-hand side, you'll see you got a little bit of ambient lighting. You're gonna have more lighting controls. Then your trunk release right there, traction control, and then an electronic parking brake. Your nice white steering wheel. Oh God, some people like to live dangerously, not me. Digital display going all the way across. It is still 2, so there's kind of a little gap right here, but I think it makes 0 difference. Low on fuel, search for nearby gas station, no. Reckless living. One of my favorite features on these, push the left turn signal, blind spot right there. Right turn signal, camera pops up, very nice. Hyundai makes everything pretty straightforward. Even though there's a lot of screens, you push this button and you scroll through the menu for a couple key things that you might want to see. You got your radar cruise control, your lane keep assist, and active lane steer. This has a lot of safety features, which I'll dive into when I get into that menu. Under here, your shifter, it looks funky, but all you do is you just hold down your brake, flick to the right for drive, reverse, and then push for park. So let's talk about this screen. You got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Let's talk about a couple features. You can set different profiles in here. That's nothing really new or groundbreaking. But let's say you want to see how your vehicle's doing. It'll do a quick little diagnostic and let you know that it's doing things. And while it's doing that, special thanks to Jeff Weiler Hyundai over here in Springfield, Ohio. If you're in the area, be sure to stop in and ask for Marcus. He'll be sure to get you set up and taken care of. So let's go into setup, and we're gonna go to, well, button is where you would go to program that button shortcut I talked about earlier. Cluster, you can hit that, and you can select different themes for this. You can set it to simple, classic. So as you can see, that's classic. This is simple. You got different graphic styles, so I'll hold you guys there. Ooh, oh my God, focus. Ooh, candy canes. And then you can set it to different drive modes, style A. There's a lot of things in there. Most people aren't gonna mess with that too much, I don't think. I'm gonna turn on the welcome sounds because I think they're awesome. Listen to that, that's so good. I like it, I like it. All of these come standard, and I love the way that Hyundai's got the menu laid out. So it'll read speed limits. Sorry about the focus, guys. There's a little bit of a glare. So you can read speed limits, and if you don't know what something is, let's say you click speed limit, it'll provide a warning when you exceed the current road speed limit. You got all the different parking safety features, and let's hit driver convenience. So you've got Hyundai Smart Cruise, and so it's got the highway driving assist, and if you don't know what anything means, trust me, it tells you. I love that. And this one is your highway driving assist, which basically just keeps you in your lane and keeps the distance between cars around you. So close enough to self-driving for when you need it. Other than that though, everything is pretty straightforward. I'm going to show you guys the parking cameras right now because that's always important to see. You've got a couple different angles. You'll see you got your 360 camera, you've got your car wash kind of like top-down view right there. And this even has a camera for trailers. But yeah, very good quality, great resolution, zero complaints there. Let's turn that back off. And let's move down here. So you're going to notice all your HVAC controls are kind of got this touch sensitive buttons. You can adjust everything from here. Heated and ventilated seats, quick little push. 3 different levels of toasted buns for you. And then I haven't come up with anything to say for the ventilated. Drive modes, those are right there. So drive modes, you've got snow, normal, sport, and then my drive, which is just your own custom settings there. You also get this really cool 4-wheel drive lock button, and all that does is it locks the system in all-wheel drive mode where you get 50-50 power distribution, 50 to the front, 50 to the rear. You can disable your stop start if you so choose. Then you've got your dual climate controls right here, heated and cooled seats for your passengers. If you want to control the fan speed for the rear, you just hit front or rear, and then it'll give you the option to adjust their fan speeds. Sorry, I'm looking through the camera and everything. So if I'm pointing at weird things, I apologize. Then you've got a couple different controls for your wireless charging pad and your whole charging station setup right there. Cup holders, your center console, which again, I showed you guys the rear access. And then under here, you've got this nice little tunnel that you can use for more storage. Wow. And then these are your controls for your sunroof. Take a look at how big this visor mirror is. What up? If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. And yeah, just like that, we've made it through. Forgot to mention paddle shifters if you're sporty like that. But trust me, this is really cool. Really, really nice redesign that they've done on the Santa Fe. Close that up, and that's all she wrote. So after driving the Santa Fe, nothing really to talk about. It's peppy enough. It's not slow, but it's also not thrillingly fast. It does move, but it's nothing crazy. All-wheel drive system, I've never tested it, but nobody that I've known that's driven the Hyundai with the H-Track system has had any complaints or any issues. Decent ground clearance, decent ride, suspension isn't stiff. This is a people mover. That's all it's designed for, and it does this very well. Blind spots, very limited. This thing is like a big fishbowl, if you can't tell by the design. Even those rear quarter windows, they're perfect. They're not even quarter windows. They're basically full-size little windows. Driving experience, though, great. Solid, I'd say if I had to pick a number, 8.5 out of 10, as with most of the Hyundai lineup. Which to me, if there's nothing bad that I have to say about a 3-row SUV when it comes to driving, that's a good thing. It's just run-of-the-mill, decent. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. If there's anything that I missed, just chime in, drop a comment, and we'll be sure to answer that for you. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.